Okay, new stream, new goal. Uh, I don't care if this has 0 viewers or 1 viewer. Me and JDQ are going to discuss No Way Home. Uh, I'm going to send him the link right now. Yeah, I'm going to send him the link. Trick Sonic. Yo, what's good? JDQ should be on here in a few minutes. Be patient. He'll be coming soon. All right, guys. Yeah, file in. JDQ is going to be on here in a few minutes. We're just going to be talking. JDQ is going to grace us with his presence. All right. Well, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. All right. Okay, so JDQ should be here momentarily. I mean, I don't know. I hope he's okay. I don't know exactly what he's up to. He told me he would be here like right now, so. Blessings. Blessings and patience. That laptop is ancient. Oh, that's funny. That's so funny. Bro, he needs an upgrade, man. If he wants to do this like full time, he needs an upgrade. Blessings and patience. Oh my god, that's so funny. JDQ's finicky laptop. I just saw the name. And I was like, fuck, that's funny. So yeah, he should be here. I don't want to keep you guys waiting for too long. He should be here like in a few minutes. I don't know how long he's gonna be. Oops. What do you mean, oops? What do you mean, oops? What happened? Where could he be? Oh, okay. Oh, I understand. It's been 6 minutes. Where is this Puerto Rican man? Okay. He should be here. Yeah, JDQ here. Okay, so yeah, everyone file in, you know. I say file in as if so many people are going to be here. Blessings, 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 blessings. Jones. My guy, you can't be doing this, my guy. You can't be doing this. You can't be doing this, my guy. It's not okay, bro. God, I'm so sleepy. You cannot be doing this, my guy. No. What they do? People like you in prison? Yo. Yo, do you know what they do to people like you in prison? They absolutely obliterate you, my guy. Yo, who remembers the first two videos of CP Catcher? Where literally, like if everything Rami said was in a script, like a TV film script that an actor would read, if all his lines and catchphrases were in a script, CP Catcher followed that exact same script for the first two videos of his catch. No, for his first two videos, he literally used every Rami quote and catchphrase in the book. Mr. JDQ, where are you? Absolutely brilliant you. Yeah. I just invented a word. I'll obliterate you. Absolutely obliterate you, my guy. JDQ used to use a lot of wrong PvP lines too, so like last month or two. No, but then I remember specifically like everyone was clowning CP Catcher for straight for, for straight up um like if you want to copy and paste someone, don't do it for Robbie. Don't do it from him. Yeah, blessings everywhere. Guys, ramp up the blessings because JDQ's about to come in. JDQ's JDQ. Ah, oh, hey, David Quinones. Ugh, Mr. Quinones. Yo, why is Tony Elser still a center right? Should be able to write that down. Rami averages 230, 200, 325 lives a day. Hey guys, all 10 of you, let's do a refresher course. What's 120 times 10? Everyone who's here right now, leave it in the chat. What's 120 times 10? Put it in the chat. Why is it so expensive? Yeah, guys, drop the answers. There's no reason for him to be so expensive. That's much better. That's how much dollars in the red he's gonna be if he launches a new channel. Oh, okay, I'm yawning. I'm so young. Laptop might not fire up for this. We're ready to get ready to possibly be solo tonight. What the fuck? Bro, that laptop is like ancient, bro. Yeah, you should upgrade. Definitely, you should upgrade. You know what, Anthony L? That was. I'm gonna leave this up here for the foreseeable future. JDQ NFT. Yeah. Because his career is down the drain. Yo. Oh my god, man. Oh. Fuck. JDQ. My guy. Where are you at, my guy? Where is JDQ? Bro, his laptop is ancient laptop. Wait, is he? Like, confirmed? Is he under investigation? In New York and where did you hear that? Like, obviously people say obviously they forwarded, but then is he officially under investigation? Oh, well, no. I mean, he said that he just forwarded everything to him. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, in his comments, it was like, yo, yeah, I forwarded everything to the police department, but they never actually got back to him or anything. Like, it'd be cool if he was under investigation, but if he's under investigation, he's fucked. They're gonna find all the times he's doxed someone. You know. Yeah, I'll have to go back and look. Honestly, yeah, I'll have to go back and look because like if he officially confirmed that he's under investigation, then damn, that's awesome. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm asking. That's what I'm trying to find out. Is he like officially under investigation? Like if someone could find out, like officially. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah, if he's officially under investigation, then yeah, it's cool. But then don't go. I mean, you have to confirm it first. Like, so either someone has to call or ask, "Oh, is so and so under investigation?" It's not like they would tell you, but like depending on your response, then on their response. Oh, making Rami cry. Fuck, man. No, I got scored on. Fuck. On the making Rami cry video. Okay, after this game, I'll go and look. Yeah, yeah, I know the channel. I know. I'll go. I'll have to go and look after this game. No, that's upside. Asiamatic NYC. Hey, yo, that guy has to be hailed as a king. Oh my fucking god, man! Get away from me! Ray's bodysuit. Yo, what's good? How come no one's spamming the PCA channel? Because it's dead. That channel's a wasteland. His channel's dead. That channel's a wasteland. That channel, he basically screwed himself because that channel it's been inactive. It's lost traction. It's lost. It's demonetized before anything. It's demonetized, and now it's like it's lost traction. Like it's no longer getting any views. It's dead. It's a ghost town. No, not really. I don't support him getting taken down. Because if he is really that bad of a guy, then people should just call the police on him and report the jumping in the water video. Nice, let's go. 50% usually uses subs here. Now it's a ghost town. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Don't. Yeah, his channel shouldn't get taken down, man. If he does anything else stupid, it should still be up there. So like, you're literally deleting evidence. I mean, granted, it's tampered with, but you could associate. Uh, you can more firmly associate the video with him. And if you go around like um, you go around like propagating like that you want his channel taken down, and then there's a particular video, an important video there that people need to see, and it's gone now, then then it's our fault because we advocated for him getting taken down, and that shouldn't happen. Yeah, this guy has massive road rage, and like it stops being a joke. Honestly, it stops being a joke when you almost run someone over. It stops being a joke. Yeah, I know he's still not here. It's whatever. Yeah, it's again, like I said, don't advocate for any channel getting taken down. And if there's like a true crime, um, or any true wrongdoing, then yeah, report him to the police. All right, I'm out. Fuck this game. Yeah, documentation should never. Yeah, I mean, he had sensors. According to him, he had sensors. Um, you know, he made someone swallow dirt that God knows how who's been there. God knows how long. Yeah, so much for Tesla's being 20 times safer than a human being. Like these people think that robots have completely taken over. No, you need the human element. You need to be paying attention to where you're going. Like it's ridiculous. Tesla's getting out of being in accidents. Oh, I mean, well, not his Tesla, not his one. Wet Pet Patrol, the new Rami. Uh, no. Uh, no. From what I've seen of him, he's a good catcher. Um, if he just keeps the Spider-Man gimmick to a minimum and focuses on what's really, really important, then he should be fine. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. Honestly, it really doesn't. But hey, to each his own. So long as he's not, bringing like whipped cream and then like spraying it on predators, like is it like if he's shooting a web or some shit. So long as he's not doing that, then yeah, he's good in my book. You wish we should prepare dinner at Tesla. Hey, yeah, or any of the crazy shit that he does. Any of that crazy nonsense. He wants modified web shooting tasers. I mean, hey, good luck getting electrocuted. I mean, that shit's on your wrist. That's just so. If you have a taser on your wrist, you're shooting out fucking tasers from your wrist, and good luck not getting electrocuted yourself. Where's the Rami troll accounts at? I don't know. They've all gone dormant. They should. Because honestly, there's nothing to report on. There really isn't. Think of it this way: the sooner we forget about him and the sooner we stop talking about him, then good. Okay, JDQ is about to come on right now. JDQ is about to come on right now. Yeah, he just messaged me. He's about to come on right now. He should be Ronnie's broken says Ronnie's broken down body. Yeah, it gets to a point where that's just neglect of the body and neglect of oneself. I mean, you know your leg is shit, and then you continue running. Then that just disregard for your own body. Yeah, it really is disregard for your own. You're disregarding your own body. That should be a lesson to everyone, even to me. Prioritize themselves first. Their own health. Okay. He said he'll be there soon. All right, so yeah, he's gonna be here soon. JDQ's gonna be in here soon. Um, uh, get the no. I want to see Karma catch up to him though. I know he won't learn anything and always find a way back to some sort of manipulative scheme. Yeah. Yeah, what per patrol? Yeah. According to JDQ, he'll be on here soon. So, hey, if you guys want to wait, if not, then it's whatever. Right. Yeah, to show me that you're truly remorseful, take a dip in the Hudson River. Logic. So, so the whole being consensual goes out the window the moment he said, "Hey, jump in the Hudson River, or we'll call the cops." Yeah, the moment he said that, that whole it being consensual thing went out the window. Because now you're acting under threat. Now you're acting under duress. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. He really isn't. I feel like he's one of those guys who graduates college with a degree in entrepreneurship and then automatically calls himself an entrepreneur. Okay, JDQ's getting on now. In other news, the mail order has arrived. Yeah, I wish them nothing but a happy marriage, and I hope a good woman makes a man change for the better. That's all I'll say. So if she's worth anything, Tommy will change. A good woman will make a man change for the better. Spend his whole life telling lies to get by, so he has no real skills other than believing anything. It gets to that point. It's like he's trying to convince himself of like this whole reality. It's classic narcissistic complex. No, and it's funny that he says, "Oh, he knows psychology and he knows how people think," when the rest of us are here just easily just deducing what he has. He's trying to convince himself to believe it, but so high on his own fantasy. Yo, okay, we're gonna introduce the one and only Drake. We got Drake. I don't know why I'm at 17 viewers. This should be like over 2 million viewers right now. We got the boy Drake here.
What's going on, man?
What's going? Yo, I just finished the semester today.
Congrats, bro. Nice. I saw
Yeah,
that.
it's lit. Just got back from fucking freezing cold weather. I was about to take the train home, but then I just like fuck it. I can't stand this cold. I'm just taking Uber home.
How cold
And
is it over there right now, by the way?
it's freezing my bro. You could spit and like it'll freeze in midair. That's how fucking cold it is.
Ew. Which kind of reminds me of the time I was like, I forgot. No, it was Manhattan. I was in Manhattan like
Right,
just one day, right?
right.
And that was the first time I ever experienced like frostbite in my life, bro. And like obviously it wasn't like that severe to where like you had to like chop my hands off or whatever, but it was bad. Like I literally it got to the point where I could not close my fingers, yo. They got stuck just like this, and it was like 3 or 4 layers of like gloves. Okay,
Right.
and I still like nothing because I had no knowledge about the little the warmer pads that you can stick inside like your gloves or like socks or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. I know those.
I was not aware of those at the time, so I was just straight up just like toughing it out with like the gloves, and I'm like, oh, how does everybody do this? This is crazy, it's ridiculous.
Right.
But
No,
that was
yeah,
like the only
exactly.
time, yeah.
No, but then what really kills me because I remember one time when I was a kid and I was like walking. I think it was in like Philadelphia or something, and there wasn't anything. It was sunny outside. It was just super windy, like
Right. That,
super duper windy. And I remember this powerful gust of wind
mhm.
smacked into me, and I went like I fell. I fell backwards.
Oh,
That's how
right.
powerful the wind was. And yeah, it's just weather, But here, right now, today, it was cold. I was freezing my testicles off. I I was outside. I was pondering, waiting for the train, and I'm like, fuck, man. I don't really know, man. And so I just said fuck it, let me just take an Uber home, and then like, yeah, it's whatever.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure if you would have done a stream, you know what I'm saying, pointing out your situation,
Right,
as some people do on YouTube, and just kind of like gave it like a little pizzazz and like a little drama behind it.
right.
You could have paid for the Uber drive ride back home, more easily.
Yeah, no, yeah, because
But
I gotta sit there, milk donations from people.
right, right,
Right, yeah, that's like classic YouTuber. Whoever doesn't do that, they're missing out, bro.
yeah.
Who
I don't
doesn't?
know
Yeah, I don't know
how
one
far I would
person.
have gone had I
Yeah,
not done pulled a Ronnie,
of
you know,
course,
at least once.
no, and I know stream, do a live stream on the train ride home and be like, yo, hey, can I switch cars? And then when they tell me no, be like, yo, this guy's being unprofessional. Milk this guy's for use. Yeah, just milk the whole situation where other people are just trying to live their ordinary lives, and here I am trying to
Yep,
be intrusive. But
yep,
then when they shut me down, get an attitude and pretend like I'm the one who is
yep.
being nice to people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Classic
You
Rami.
know,
Classic Rami.
I don't know about that, but whoever doesn't do that, I don't even know, man. But let's get to the crux, like Ryan says. Let's get to the crux of why we are here today, and that is to discuss uh, the movie of this year. The movie. It is Spider-Man: No Way Home, and before this movie came out, I was like, um, uh, okay, nostalgia bait, you know.
Right, right.
Um, but it depends because there's many different ways to do nostalgia. I mean, you could do nostalgia like have people show up for brief cameos and have it be one-offs and not really mean anything.
Hmm.
But and then there's other ways to do nostalgia in the right way. But we'll get to that. So right off the bat, what did you think of the film?
Well, before I give my opinion on the film itself, in general, shout out to everybody because I'm looking at the comments right now, and blessings and love to everybody who's in here. I appreciate you guys giving Red Hood the viewership he deserves. And by the way, he deserves a lot more subscribers. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe to his channel ASAP. And thank you for the shirt compliment. I appreciate it. It's one of my favorite shirts, by the way. Yeah, man. I went into that movie two ways. That's what she said. But I went in there, with high expectations, but at the same time preparing myself just in case those expectations were not met. So I was like there, like in between, like, okay, yeah, I'm excited because, I kind of like have this feeling that, all the hopes and dreams that, many of
Yeah,
us that are Spider-Man fans like have will be fulfilled.
right.
But at the same time,
I was
I got
getting prepared to be let down.
exactly.
Because honestly, to be honest, this new Home trilogy, Tom Holland, I don't mind Tom Holland as Spider Man, but the character they're making him portray, I'm really not a fan of. Iron Man Junior.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm really not a fan. But this movie, part of the reason why I love this movie now much more is because of what happens at the very, 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 very end,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
which will which clears all of that up. But hey, spoiler warning. You've been warned.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
if you haven't
Spoiler
seen
warning.
it, if you don't care for spoilers, then
Get out. If you haven't seen
if
it,
you haven't seen it and you want to be surprised, then get out.
get
Uh,
out.
Other than that, stay here. Yeah, we're just gonna be talking about the film and talking shit. But anyway, yeah, man. Where do we even start with this?
Well,
Where do you want to
hope
start?
Yeah, I'm gonna start kind of like where you just left it off.
Yeah.
So again, spoiler warning, okay, in advance. But
Spoiler.
so I was never truly happy, like kind of like what you just said,
Yeah.
how in the MCU they treated Spider-Man as someone super dependent on, Tony
Tony.
Stark
Yeah.
and the technology and all that. I was never a fan of that from the get-go. I was like, man, you know, and as time went by with each movie, you kind of saw like that being like pumped up even more and more. I'm like I don't know how I feel about that. Like it's kind of like a Batman Junior in the MCU, basically. Like I don't know how I feel about that. Like I liked Tom Holland's like what do you call it take
Just
on the
yeah,
character.
exactly.
It was good, but I didn't like the whole dependency on technology. And I just got to say this movie, and I don't think I'm exaggerating. I don't think I'm like it had it not been for the pandemic, I think this movie would have easily, like by a landslide, just crushed records by a lot.
It's still see that's the thing. It's still crushing records because
Hmm.
now people don't want to because there's this whole thing in Hollywood, because when people don't show up to movies like Eternals, when people don't show up to movies like Black Widow or Shang-Chi, those political films that push all these agenda shit that Hollywood loves to push. When people don't show up, they either blame the pandemic or they blame, the isms and phobics. They do all that, but
Hmm.
then Spider-Man, you know, no one can say now that it's because of the pandemic. No one can. What people want at the end of the day, like Hollywood seems to have forgotten it. What people want is to be entertained and
Right.
pure. You want a film, you want a movie, a piece of entertainment that you could just sit down, shove popcorn in your face, not get lectured for 2 hours on what a hypocrite you are or how your beliefs make you a bad person. No one wants that. What people want is entertainment,
Hmm.
and you know what people want is a good film with a good
Hmm.
story and characters they could get behind, and Spider-Man delivered that. And it's on like Eternals. I haven't seen it, nor will I ever.
I still
Uh,
haven't seen it either.
yeah, I heard it was garbage, but like it just goes to show you, like these people they make excuses. Now no one can say it's because of the pandemic. No one can say it because people turned up for Spider-Man, and partly because I mean it's Spider-Man.
Right, right, right.
He's are next to Batman, like Spider-Man and Batman, like they're like the biggest IPs.
Yes.
Yeah, but then either way, like it just blows your whole narrative out of the water. Like there was no messaging, honestly. And honestly, the worst kind of political-ish line that they had was like Jamie Foxx when he was like, "Oh, yo, there should be a black Spider-Man out there," and literally
Yeah,
everyone in my theater shouted, "Miles Morales, Miles
yeah,
Morales!"
yeah,
He was like, "Oh, I thought you were black." And it's like, like,
yeah.
oh no, yeah, there should be a black Spider-Man, and literally everyone in my theater was like, Miles Morales, Miles Morales.
Same over here, man. Everybody
Yeah,
was just like they couldn't get enough of it. It was like, oh my god, he's pointing towards Miles Morales. It
yeah,
was
talking
it
about
was
Miles.
amazing.
No, but then if anyone wants to like, anyone looking to like I don't know pick it apart because it was like maybe a
Mm-hmm.
political line or an agenda-driven line. I mean, there's already a black Spider-Man. There's Miles Morales, and people like him.
Mm-hmm.
People talk about that's like diversification done right, if you know what I
Right,
mean.
right.
Because
Agreed.
Miles Morales hasn't been tokenized. Miles Morales hasn't been a fucking one off. Okay, Black Spider Man, boom, period.
Exactly.
Like what? No, bro. He got his own video game, bro.
Mm-hmm. And
But
for good reasons,
yeah,
for reasons unique to him as a character, whether it be in the comics or whether it be like in the film he just had, for himself Into the
right.
Spider Verse, for whatever the reason, people like him for him, how he is, how
For him,
Miles
yeah,
Morales is as a character, and everything that makes him unique. Which,
Yeah.
by the way, you know, not to brag or nothing like that, because God knows, but he is half Puerto Rican. Let's just not forget about that.
Yeah. I mean, no, I mean, yeah, exactly. And then because not once does Miles Morales say, "Oh, being a black superhero is tough,"
Yeah, man.
because that literally the whole message of the Into the Spider-Verse film, the animated one, the
Mm-hmm.
whole message was anyone can put on the mask. Anyone,
Exactly.
you, me, anyone can be under the mask. Anyone can make their own. Anyone can be a hero, and no
Exactly.
one is. No one is defined by their skin color or their sexuality or what they're defined is like the content of their character, their backstory. Everything else doesn't matter. You know,
Yep.
it's stuff like that.
I saw a clip, I think like a few days ago, and it was an old interview with Stan Lee. I'm pretty sure you've seen it too. But they were talking to him, and that topic came up, right? And he was like, "Well, it was done unintentionally, the whole mask thing, right? As being part of like the costume, but at the end of the day, it serves that purpose. The fact that it provides that uniqueness to anyone from any color, any race, any gender, any. And when I say gender, I do mean, of course,
Right.
a female or male, but it could be anybody under that mask. It could be a kid, like in the case of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Technically, as a teenager, you're still considered like somewhat of a kid, like, but yet he's Spider-Man, right? And at the end of the day, what really matters is that anybody has that ability to do good unto others, those who surround, you know what I'm saying, who surround them.
Yeah. Oh, now I'm understanding. Like the mask, how it covers up your face completely,
Right.
so that way you could take it off and cause yeah, that's part of the reason why everyone identifies with Spider-Man because Spider-Man, there's literally a part of Spider-Man, and anyone can be Spider-Man. Anyone, Spider-Woman, Spider-Kid, or Spider anything. Not like Batman, because like there's part like his mask, you realize he's a white male,
Right.
but like there's but for that, when it comes to that, if you want to like there's different ways to go about it because like you know because when you want to do diversification, but then you don't want to be, hey, I'm black, feel bad for me, or hey, I'm
Mm-hmm.
black, or I'm Asian, like me.
Right.
No, it shouldn't matter. Like you should like if you really want to, okay, go ahead, do it, but then give them a backstory, make them
Right.
fallible, make them go through the hero's journey.
And
Don't
that's
just say, "Hey, I'm a lesbian, I'm awesome, feel bad for me, or
right.
support me. You think I'm the bestest ever?"
Mm-hmm.
No, it doesn't work like that. Like literally, that's what they did. That's how they ruined the Batwoman show.
Mm.
Because Kate
Which I
Kane.
haven't seen, thank God.
Well, I have. No, the only reason I still watch that show is for the chick who plays her evil sister.
Mm.
She is something else in my mind. She is something else. But she's the only one who looks like she's having fun on that show. But anyway,
I'm
uh,
intrigued.
no, I mean she is gorgeous woman, gorgeous
Really?
woman,
Nice.
gorgeous woman. But no, that's literally the only reason I watch that show. Gorgeous woman. But anyway,
Kind of like,
uh,
real quick, kind
yeah.
of like Talia al Ghul. Mm, mm,
From
mm.
where?
From the Arrowverse.
Uh,
Dear, what? What? Hold up, hold up, hold up. We about
her,
to hold on. You telling me
Lexa Doig, she's all right. Lexa Doig's all right. You know who I really like though? Her sister. The Her sister Nissa. I think her name's Katrina Law, the actress.
Well, let me double check. Hmm. I hope I'm not
Yeah,
mixing them up.
Talia al Ghul was bro. The you know what? I was gonna say something so weird, but
What?
I was gonna say, yo, Talia al Ghul in like the animated films is hotter than the real life version because like
Hmm.
they up her sexuality a lot, and
Right.
yeah, and in the show she's not like she's dating Arrow, like her and Arrow never get together. But anyway.
That is true. I'll give you that. It's
Yeah,
kind of
because
like
people were complaining that they're making Arrow Batman, but they never actually dated or anything. She was just a teacher, or they never actually got together at all.
which kind of sucks, man. But you know, you got to stick with the writing and the route that you take when doing a show. So you know, it is what it is. Not a big deal, but still though, she she's some type of delicious. I'll just say that. What's going on, FM?
Yo, FM, it's good, homie. No, I like her sister. Her sister is mine.
It's kind of like oh my goodness, like Laurel and her sister, which I forget her name because it's been a while.
Oh, Sarah.
Sarah, bro. I'm sorry, but I'll pick Sarah 9 times out of 10. Oh hell, 10 times out of 10.
Honestly, Sarah. No. What's good about her is that she's not an original character. I mean, she is,
But
because White Canary is not that much of a big character in the comics, but I think she's like evil or something in the comics. But anyway, we're veering off. We're getting into
let's get back
DC
to the main
territory.
topic.
We're Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But man, what do you think of the performances that everyone who came back? So let's start off with the villains, right?
Right.
The performances of people who came back. Because people were gonna say, "Oh, these guys are there to collect a paycheck or something," and they're not gonna just put their best effort in.
No.
What do you think about their performances?
Even for characters like the guy who played like the lizard, right, who had like a minor role, even in his case, I appreciated every line that was spoken, right, that added to the trauma of like what was going on, right. So lizard being like the least one who spoke, all the way to Doc Ock and Green Goblin, which are the ones that like really talked a lot, right?
Yeah.
Everyone from the less speaking to the most speaking, I think added just the right amount of balance of drama and trauma to the storyline. And even if it was just for the money, right? They still made the film feel complete regardless. Like even if it was a few lines or a whole bunch of lines, right? Or a bunch of scenes, like
Right.
I think everybody played their part perfectly. And I think everyone who sees the movie could be grateful, for their participation, especially Jamie Foxx. I would put it in this order from like best performance to whatever. Best performance, I would give it to definitely Willem Dafoe.
Yes. Yes. I wanna talk about him separately after this. Like
For
after
sure.
this. Yeah. But yeah. Go on.
And then after him, I'll give it to obviously God Doc Ock. I forget his real name, but the guy who plays Doc Ock,
Oh, Alfred. Alfred
Molina,
Molina.
right?
Yeah. Alfred
Okay, yeah,
Molina.
Alfred Molina. And then after him, I would say obviously like Jamie Foxx, and all the other villains just kind of like they could be
Because the
picked
other two, the Lizard and Sandman, they only provided their voice. Like the actors came
exactly.
back, but their voice. And then I don't know if you caught it, but like towards the end, when they cured Sandman,
Hmm.
Sandman wasn't there. They like, did you see what they
Hmm.
did? They rotoscoped footage from Spider-Man 3,
Well, I didn't
and
know. I didn't know they went that far, but
they
yeah,
did. They
yeah.
did. They rotoscoped like B-roll footage from like the part where like he got drenched by the train,
Wow.
like the water. They rotoscoped that and made it, and just somehow seamlessly uh put it, like framed it into the scene.
Hmm.
As he was being cured. But like it was, you could tell it was rotoscope footage from Spider-Man 3, like in 2007, and they did the same thing with the Lizard, but with the Lizard they fixed it like much better. Like it wasn't noticeable. I thought the actor had actually come back for like one or two scenes, but it wasn't even that.
Wow.
For Sandman, I know for a fact that he never actually showed up, and they just rotoscope footage from Spider-Man 3.
Now I wonder if that was. I mean, I'm pretty sure that had to be like an agreement, right? Like within
No,
like a
it was
contract.
probably like because the actor couldn't come back physically, but he could provide their voice,
Okay.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
And no, I guarantee you, it was the studio, you know, because like they didn't
Mm-hmm.
want to overcrowd and they didn't want to give too much attention to characters that
Right.
like auxiliary
Yeah.
characters, you know, because Lizard, I mean, honestly, in the original, like the movie that he's from, he had this stupid plan
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
turn everyone into fucking lizards,
Yeah. I
and
remember
then
that.
no, but then Sandman. I mean, I wouldn't have minded had they brought the actor back because
Mm-hmm.
his story was actually heartfelt and his
Yeah.
motives were really really good,
Justified. Yeah.
justified. Yeah, but you know, it is what it is. He came back, provided his voice, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, and that's honestly what matters. But then yeah, in order, yeah, Jamie Foxx too. He was much better, you
Oh
know,
yeah.
and he worked with. He was much better, much better. Like I don't know what it was, but you know, he was much
He,
better than when we last
he
saw him.
he
Honestly.
was probably just maybe a lot more like comfortable and confident in that character, because we are talking about, theoretically, you know what I'm saying, for the people like outside of the movie, you're taking one character from one universe and putting him into an entire like new universe,
Right.
and so I don't know, maybe when Jamie was like reading into that, I was like, oh, okay, like so wait, he's into this new universe and
Because
he
because
feels like different.
there's actually a reason for him to fight now.
Hmm.
Because if he doesn't fight, if he doesn't get what he wants, he's gonna die.
Exactly,
You know,
true,
it's
true
like
that.
yeah. No, and plus, you know, he gets like juiced up on power. It's
Right.
that too, and you know, if he gets sent back, he's gonna die.
Yep.
But you know, uh, what's Alfred Molina. He's
Did a fantastic
yeah.
job, man.
You know,
Uh,
he even said in an interview, hey, I'm back for the. He kind of half jokingly and half like, but you know, bro, they might have walked away with like $50 million paychecks or
easy.
however much they got paid easily, and they didn't phone it in. They didn't phone it in. They showed up and they gave
Hmm.
it's like good. It's like they never left. Honestly, it's like they
Hmm.
never ever left.
That's the phrase right there. It's like they never left. That,
It's
and I
like
think
yeah,
that's what most of us appreciated from their performances is that they gave us that feeling that as if like they never left the first time around, right?
right.
And that's I think what made everybody like feel that ease watching them on screen again, right? When when I saw, you know what I'm saying, like when they did that little like close up of Willem Dafoe like in that alley, like fighting with like the mask, right?
Oh
And
right, right, right.
I was like, yo, this dude freaking, a small moment like that was like a big performance in my eyes because I was like, yo, I feel like I just watched like Spider-Man 1, like from Tobey Maguire right now. Like I feel
Let's actually move on to Willem Dafoe because he's the my God. That's all I have to say. My God. Let's move on to Willem Dafoe because
right, right.
he, wow,
He killed it, man. He killed it.
wow, like I looked in an interview after I saw the movie. He even said when the director and the producer reached out to him and pitched it to him, one of his conditions was first money,
Mhm.
and then second, uh, he wanted to do all his stunts.
Really?
So he wanted to be responsible for all his stunts or as much as he possibly could, because he felt that he needed to be physically there and physically present in order to bring what he had to the character. Because that's how committed he was. I mean, hey, yeah, he was getting paid a
Right.
truckload, but he was gonna, like I said, he wasn't gonna phone it in.
Yeah. Wow. That I was unaware of, bro. That's crazy. But that's good though. I mean that just shows you that even for people like him, who's actually like playing the role, right?
Right.
They're
Exactly.
they're they're wanting to like submerge himself into the character, into the movie, into the plot, you know. And it's very hard to find actors like that who will say, "Hold up, like, am I gonna be able to like go all in?" Or it's usually like they look to do the opposite, like, "Oh, well, sure, I'll do the movie, but can we get like two or three like different like stunt doubles just in case because I'm not doing all that." But to see an actor like want to go the extra mile for a film, it shows you
Oh, he
how
went the
much
extra
he
mile.
believes in that film. You know
He
what I
went
mean?
the extra mile, and he also said, "Oh, he didn't want to be a cameo. Yo, if I'm coming back, I'm coming back in
Good,
something big."
good.
And also, this time around, I think part of the reason why he was more menacing was because he had a point to prove now. He
Oh
had
yeah,
he has a philosophy of life now. Because before he was like Spider-Man, and
yeah.
oh no! Now that I have it here, New York Creep Spotlight says his laugh was awesome.
Yeah.
No, look like we're talking about laughing. Like, look, do you get it?
You talking about me?
No,
I'm
he's
kidding. I'm kidding.
but who brings up laughing, bro? Have you heard Creeps laugh?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's been a minute, but yes, I have. I
He's
have.
like, like,
Yeah. I think that's why he enjoys his
yeah,
laugh so much.
yeah,
It's like, I can relate. I can relate. Nice. Kudos to
bro,
you, Green Goblin.
bro, New York, New York, bro, he's almost there. Look at his like picture. He's almost there. But
Which, by the
yeah,
way, now that I think about it, I don't know. And correct me if I'm wrong, but now with the whole new concept of like the Joker, right?
right.
The last Joker movie, his laugh in comparison to like Willem Dafoe's laugh is they're pretty like similar. Now that I think about it, like
Wait,
especially when he's like smoking in the room or whatever, like preparing for like the whole clown act or whatever. Yeah, I feel like they
no,
have like a
bro.
similar laugh.
Oh, so nah. I'd kind of say no. 'Cause, I mean, Joaquin Phoenix is like, and then fucking Willem Dafoe, he fucking belts it out, like fucking does some shit out of a fucking horror movie. Like
He
I got
drags it.
scared. Literally, it scares me. That shit scares me. Yo, yeah. So now we're delving into like heavy spoiler territory. So anyone who really wants to see it, this is your cue.
Oh
But
boy,
anyway, Creep. Look,
I'm scared now.
Creeps laughs like the Bronx version of the Joker. But well, like I was saying, this time around, he has a philosophy of life. He has a point to prove now. Because like no, he's not like I'm gonna kill Spider-Man, huh?
hmm
I'm gonna kill his girlfriend. Now he's like, you're weak because
hmm
you're weak because you have morals,
Right.
and you're too weak or you're too scared to embrace the power that you have or something like that. Like he had this whole philosophy, like a mentality that he's trying to impose on people.
It's almost similar to the philosophy that the Joker has with Batman to a certain degree.
Yeah, to a certain degree, and like he's no, but like I'd say the Green Goblin, he's more focused on power.
hmm
Like if you have this power, like that, he's literally what spurs, like what he's literally what triggers the rest of the villains to kind of go rogue and shit.
Right.
It's
Right.
like you have this power, why are you gonna give it up?
hmm
Just because this guy's weak, he's asking you to give them up. Why should you? You should fight for your thing. And he does his whole evil shit, but at the end of the day, his message is like, yo, you have this power. Why should you give it up? Just fight to keep it. And honestly, that was the essence of his character, and that's what I loved because this time around he had a message and he had a point to prove. And my God, Willem Dafoe, like it's again, it's like he never left. It's like he never took off that costume.
Yeah.
No,
E-
and speaking of the costume, like I
yes. Let's
love
get to that. Let's get to that.
I love how I love how they arrived at it because like
Yeah.
he was like in his like bodysuit, and then
hmm
he dresses like a homeless person, but
Yeah.
then with
Yeah.
like during the battle during the battle and like every time he gets burned or like during like all that fighting and commotion, the homeless people like I mean no not the home like the homeless get up, tears away, and what you're left with is the purple scarf and hoodie.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. And I listen. Those are the moments where I really appreciate that the production team, right, and the
Right.
director team were able to find a good midpoint, right?
Right.
Because it would have been weird. It would have been weird and off to see him like already come in like the bodysuit, and then them kind of say, well, it's not as realistic as we need it to be, so let's go full blown like realistic and just have him dress up like with regular clothes or whatever, and just add some elements to the character, right? No, they were like, you know what, hold up,
It
there's no
was
point.
regular clothes. It was like old Haggerty clothes, like a purple hoodie, which over time got torn away, and that's how you got the classic look.
Exactly, but it was a mixture of what they already had like to like work with, which was like the bodysuit, with a complement of like the realistic look, and,
Yeah,
and
plus the scarf and shit. Yeah,
exactly, and it seemed like natural. It seemed like it just happened that way, like
yeah, it did.
naturally.
Yeah, naturally, it happened. And what was I gonna say? And I like how they like the mask. They got rid of the mask
Hmm.
because honestly, there's this whole thing about why isn't he green or
Right, right,
why does
right.
he look like a Power Ranger? Like, 'cause,
Yeah.
yeah, why does he look like something like that was created by fucking Rita Repulsa or some shit?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
no, but I'm glad they got rid of the mask. I'm glad because literally him, when it comes to him, he
Hmm.
doesn't need a mask. And
He
I'm
really
glad
doesn't.
they didn't go the whole Dane DeHaan route, fucking
Exactly.
making him look like a crackhead.
Exactly, exactly. They
He
gave him what
was
the yellow goggles or something like that,
they
right?
gave him goggles. That's it. His
Yep.
face was enough to sell you on the fact that this guy's evil. And literally, what more can you ask for? He had the green bodysuit, the purple thing. I think he had a handbag too.
Yeah, he did.
Uh,
He did.
yeah,
Small, but it was there.
and the glider, everything was there except for the face mask, which he really didn't need because again, it's Willem Dafoe. Like, what the fuck? Like, what more can you ask him? But yeah,
By the
he
way,
was. Yeah, what's up?
real quick to just Tom, I just seen his comment right now. Dímelo, papi, what's going on,
Dima,
man?
Dima, Dima Lopapi.
Blessings. Blessings to
Dima.
you, brother. I just seen it right now. But my bad. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, yeah, no, that's literally what I Willem Dafoe. Like,
I think his performance, like you said, is as if he never left. The concept for his design in the latter part of the movie was just a perfect balanced move, and the the ending for that character, right? Because
right,
we know that at very end, when they're able to inject him with the anti, what I'm saying, like
yeah,
serum, and like kind of like pulled pretty much like the evil out of him,
yeah.
basically, that he was like, what
What
have
the
I
hell did I?
done?
Yeah, what did I just do?
You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of gives that character some
Closure.
type of a closure, and like even if it's like a little bit of some type of like redemption, because although he did what he did, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he still led Peter, like the new Peter, to become who he now
That
is. You know what I mean?
that's what I wanted to move on to. Like, what better way to establish yourself again? What better way to reintroduce yourself? What better way to establish a connection with this new hero? What better way to do that than by killing his aunt?
Hmm.
Spoilers. I should have said spoilers before, but anyone who
I
I'm
mean,
pretty sure.
we did say it.
So he kills his aunt. He kills her. Fucking straight up, yo. And I just want to point out what was sad is that she doesn't even realize that she's dying.
Hmm. Hmm.
She's like, "Oh, I'm just tired. I'm
Hmm.
tired," and then she just died. That's the
Although
truest sadness.
I knew she was gonna die, right?
I did
Because
not
it
know
was
she was
gonna
gonna die.
be it was gonna be his Uncle Ben moment, right? It was gonna be the Uncle Ben effect, like the way I call it, the Uncle Ben factor, right?
Right.
But I was still holding on to a little hope that all that was gonna happen was that she was gonna go to the hospital and maybe be just like hospitalized for a while, right? Like I was still holding on to that little bit of hope. Was like, come on, yo, though this fine looking Aunt May cannot die, bro. There's no way. She too fine. She too beautiful, like to die like that, right?
Because yeah, because they didn't. This version of Spider-Man doesn't really acknowledge Uncle Ben.
Exactly,
Like in
and
the last movie, Uncle Ben's suitcase gets blown up, and like they treat it as like a joke. It's
right.
like, oh, where's your suitcase? Oh, it got blown up. Oh, and it was Uncle Ben's suitcase, and like I'm like, there has to be a reason, you know. And now obviously this movie gives the reason,
hmm
because like Uncle Ben, I don't know, he might have been an important guy, but he's just probably not that important. Okay, it's changing the whole core of Spider-Man, but who's the like literally in the totem pole? Who's next to deliver to be that whole driving force behind Spider-Man? Who's next? Aunt May.
hmm
Like and she's the one. She does her purpose, and literally that's what solidifies this Spider-Man. Because in the
Yeah,
first movie he's this guy, this wanting to be an Avenger, this fanboy.
exactly,
Uh,
exactly.
the second movie, he's like his first steps going solo and solving things for himself.
Right, right, right.
And now this movie,
Made
he
him
now
the man
un-
that. Yeah,
yeah, he now understands the true cost of doing something good and doing something good just because you can. And
exactly.
now he understands the cost of doing what is right, and it cost him his aunt, and it's heartbreaking. And then a good train from that is now we can start to talk about the two massive, massive, massive stars returning. If you get
hmm
my drift.
Right, 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 right.
So Toby Maguire and Andrew Garfield.
Of course.
I yeah, like I said, the theater erupted. The theater
Prematurely.
yeah, the theater blew its top off when Andrew arrived, and then when Toby
I,
Maguire arrived,
I'm
looking
getting
like a
goosebumps right now just thinking about it, bro. Just the thought of it happening again, and like me in the theater just gave me goosebumps right now.
exactly man, like freaking Toby Maguire arrives looking like a Catholic priest and shit. He like
I love that
literally,
joke. You're like,
yeah,
what,
he was like
are you gonna go as a youth pastor or something like that?
a
Or,
youth pastor, Catholic priest.
and
But
he's just like, bitch. What are you
and
trying to
it's
say? That I
yeah,
got this.
and that's what I was getting to before, because like all these callbacks, all these people coming back, they're not for cameos. Like literally, there's no two ways about it. The two Spider-Men are supporting characters.
hmm
Like for the final act, they are supporting characters. Like they're not there for, say like a brief cameo or whatever.
hmm
Like anything like that. They are true supporting characters. And uh, they help something. They contribute something. They 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 contribute that. So it's perfect timing too, because they come through
hmm
right after uh, right after she dies, and he's broken, completely
hmm
broken. He's like, I don't give a shit, let's just kill these guys. He
Yep.
was like, if you truly think about it, he was gonna kill all of these guys.
Yep.
Like pressing the button, he was gonna kill them.
Yep.
And then, they come in, they say, "Oh, Uncle Ben." They give their whole speech about, Uncle Ben. Uh, their Uncle Ben's the day he died said the exact same thing, and but I'm glad that that moment didn't solve everything,
Right.
because you could tell that in Peter's mind, he's like, no, I'm still gonna kill
hmm
this guy. I'm still gonna kill Willem Dafoe. I'm still gonna kill him.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of like in terms of the rest of them, like, hey, yeah, okay, you're right. Let's save them. Let's heal them. Let's stop them or whatever. And yeah, I mean, they were, yeah, like I said, they were supporting characters. I mean, I don't know what your take is. What did you think?
Yeah, no, anyone who wants to argue that they didn't get enough like airtime or whatever, like I've got a problem with, because from the moment that they are displayed on screen up until the very end, all they do is add, and of course, like you said, like support like the main character, right? Like there is no question about it. Um, Everybody had a good balanced amount of time on screen. You know what I'm saying? Like I am perfectly fine with what airtime each one of them got. Like I'm not here, like saying, oh, they didn't give Andrew enough airtime. They didn't give Toby enough. Nah, bro. Like I'm sorry, and I don't care. I to each his own, and I respect everyone's opinion. But if you really, really look at the moment that they come in, you know, up until the very end of the movie, basically, that is a more than good amount of time. It's actually, they exceeded expectations. A lot of people thought that they were going to be there for like,
The last 5 minutes of the fight,
right,
not do shit, and just
exactly,
gonna like throw away the. It's like fucking like with what they did with DC, the whole crisis on
Infinite Earths.
Infinite Earths. Like so many people came back for no fucking reason. Tom Welling Superman came back, and they didn't do shit with him. Who else came back? So many people came back just for the sake of coming back,
Hmm.
and
But
not to do
not to
shit,
add anything to the
not to
actual
do
drama.
anything. Because like you take them out, and the narrative doesn't change. That's literally when you're looking at a film. That's how you decide whether that's what you go by. You could take whatever you're talking about. Take that specific thing you're focusing on, take them out, and see whether that changes the narrative.
Yeah,
And
and
yeah,
they the whole point, you know, and the essence of like those two Spider-Man, like helping manage the new Spider-Man's like pain and kind of like redirect that pain and anger towards something productive, is a way for them to not only redeem themselves, because let's face the facts, they do end up redeeming themselves because they corrected past mistakes from their personal villains from their movies, right?
that's what I
But
wanted to get to next. Andrew,
yeah.
he caught. Oh my god,
Oh,
I
again,
fucking everyone
goosebumps.
again. Everyone erupted. Everyone erupted. No, before we get into well, actually, let's just cover this. So he caught her. He got redemption. He redeemed himself. Uh, you know, he caught MJ. Uh, he started crying. I almost started to laugh because like the face he was making, but then I was like, yeah, this guy's Andrew. Like Andrew too. He's not phoning it in. He is putting
Right.
everything because at the end of the day, we like people tend to forget that Andrew was truly passionate about Spider-Man.
He was. He really
He
was.
was, and
It's
uh,
kind.
that's a segue into what I want to talk about next because now people want the Amazing Spider-Man 3.
Mm,
Now people want that, and there's this whole argument going around. Okay, now you guys want Spider-Man 3, but then when his movies were good, you guys were calling him the worst Spider-Man. Da, 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 da.
right.
I liked. I started to like. I did not like him in the first movie
Right.
because I think they completely botched his origin because he
Right.
was basically like Batman.
Yeah.
Like he was out there looking for like not because he was out there actively looking for Uncle Ben's killer for revenge to like fuck him up, and like nowhere near any just because doing something right because it's the right thing to do. That's it. No, he was going out there trying to look for beating people up. Basically on a crusade,
Yeah,
and Spider-Man doesn't do crusades. He doesn't.
kind of like Deadpool in the first
Or
movie
yeah,
before he got
exactly.
his
He was
costume.
literally. It was like Deadpool, like Batman. That's not who he was. But then in the second movie, that's when I started to dig him a little more because
Yeah.
they fixed some stuff up with like his personality. He embodied Peter, like a college graduate, you know
Hmm.
like that young 22-year-old or 23-year-old or whatever. And I started to dig him. I mean, I liked him, but then you can't get away. You can't sit here and tell me that the stories that he was a part of were good.
Right.
You
Yeah.
can't. Like the whole thing with the lizard was so stupid.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
almost want to laugh. And and it was so bad that they even poked fun of it in the next movie when like Harry Osborn was like, "Yeah, okay, that guy tried to turn the whole city into lizards," and but then this story, like people, so my whole thing is I liked Andrew starting from the second film,
Hmm.
but then the stories he was a part of, I did not like them, like not at all, not in the slightest, because they were so messy. They were all over the place, like Electro, you
Hmm.
know, fucking showed up halfway through the movie, disappeared until the final act, and then he just died quickly. And
Yeah.
then the Green Goblin just showed up at the last 5 minutes and he
Hmm.
just killed Gwen. Like the whole movie was stupid, honestly. Like now that like going to the theater and seeing it, like oh my god, it's the best. That was like what 2014,
Hmm.
and I was like what 13 years old at the time.
Damn.
Wow, wow, I feel old now. Fuck, fuck, I feel old. I'm
Imagine
depressed
how
now,
I feel. I'm the Toby Maguire to your Tom Holland.
bruh. No, I would have been 13. I just came off of that high, Spider-Man 2. This guy has a new costume.
Which, by the
Uh,
way, real quick, the
right.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 costume, I think
Yeah.
was one of the best ones that they did.
Oh yeah, it was hands down the best. Like the best. Like like even when Tom Holland's came around,
Hmm.
I didn't care. Still the
Yep.
best suit. You
It was the
know.
most like the closest one to the
Right.
actual like character like in the comics, if you will. The
Right.
big eyes and everything, it was really well done.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Like the big eyes and everything like that. But then again, everything aside from him, I liked him. If they
His
did a character,
personality.
if they did a character piece on him, then it'd be fantastic. But no,
Hmm.
they put him in this story like
Hmm.
that made little to no sense. It was so rushed. It was you know like fucking this whole thing about he went back on his word like he fucking like promise me that you'll keep her out of this. And the next movie,
Hmm.
what does he do? Fucking lets her help out with Electro,
Yep.
and then she gets fucking clapped by Green Goblin. Like she, yeah, it was those movies. You can't sit here and tell me those movies were a mess.
Hmm.
But now when people want to talk about you were
Yeah.
trashing Andrew as the worst Spider-Man, and now you want a Spider-Man 3. I don't know that's
Uh,
those people's situation. I
yeah.
started liking him in the second film,
Right.
and I did not like what they did in the first film. I started liking him in the second film. He came around to me, but then either stories, either of the stories that he was a part of, like the narratives, they were not good. They were not good at all.
For me, what kind of killed it for me, like the first one he did, right, was yeah, the storyline was it was garbage for sure. Um, I think they were like overdoing it a little bit with like the CGI, which is kind of understandable because we're talking about like a lizard person, so it's like okay, like I get it. But then at the same time, his personality as Peter in the first film, I don't know about you, but to me, it kind of came off as like a little douchey, like just a little bit.
Yeah, he was around there being a dickhead to the cops. Like he was a scumbag. He was
You know what I
unlikable.
mean?
And then in the second film, like right from the get go, like he saves this cop, and then he goes like, "Yo, what's the play? What's the play? What do you want me to do?"
Mm-hmm.
And like more cooperative with the cops, you know.
Exactly.
But in the first film, no, he was being a dickhead, like
Right.
firing, you know, like messing around with the police,
Mm-hmm.
like he was being a dick, like that. No, because like I said, in the first movie, I completely, I disliked him. I
Mm-hmm.
did not like him, but then in the second movie, I
It
started
was
liking
more
him.
balanced, like his personality
Yeah,
and the way he went about the actual, Spider-Man version of his character was spot on. Like, the Spider-Man that we're all like used to, that jokes around with the villains and like trash talks here and there, whatever. But at the end of the day, when he takes off his mask, you know what I'm saying? He's a normal guy like you and me. But that's why the second one, to me, in my opinion, in his what was supposed to be trilogy, was the best that he, like, not that he was a part of, because it was a bad storyline altogether, but he did his best version
was what he
of
was
both his
given.
characters, in that second movie.
Yeah,
But everything else killed it for him.
yeah, like he did the best with what he was given. That
Exactly.
like
Exactly.
he couldn't do much more than that. I mean, you
Yep.
know, he really couldn't. Um,
Look,
like honestly,
Jesus,
oh,
Jesus saying the new Spider-Man movie changed his life.
oh,
It's so stupid, yo.
yeah, this guy, bro, he needs Jesus, bro. The
He
Jesus.
does. Jesus needs Jesus.
Yeah, he does.
No, but I don't know, man. I don't think they should mess around with like a third one for Andrew.
Or
However,
keep it strictly Sony,
yeah, if they do
or
do a
just
third one, then yeah,
yeah,
just keep it strictly like Sony. Don't try to do the whole like crossing over a bit. But
yeah,
but if they
because that's
don't
gonna
do
be
a third
super
one,
messy. Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, if they don't do a third one, then the last image we'll ever get of him is just him smiling and then fading away. I mean, that's it's perfect, you know.
right,
But hey, like he got the perhaps he got the closure he deserved, and you know, honestly, what's really reassuring to me and what I love about it is that he didn't phone it in.
right.
No one phoned it in. That's what like in general.
None of the key supporting cast phoned it in.
No one phoned it in. Everyone was there for the ride. Everyone gave their all. Even Toby Maguire, which like
But
God
see,
knows what they had to do to. Let's move on to Toby Maguire now. Like
okay, good. Because I was
God,
about to say about that. Like,
because
okay,
God knows what they had to do to get him back. But honestly, in my opinion, he didn't. I don't think he phoned it in either. I mean, I think
some people
he
think he
get.
did.
Some people think he did. I mean, depending on what I saw in his performance. I mean, I don't think he phoned it in. I really don't think he did. I mean, but I could see why people would say that.
Right.
You know, because this guy's literally like how do I say this?
Off the grid.
This guy's like Rami every time he gets exposed. Like
Yeah.
it disappears off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
And
He
then
is he is off the grid for the most part.
yeah, I mean he's a very private individual, you know.
Right.
But you know whatever they did to get him to come back, I think it's going to be worth it because people love what they did with him bringing him back, and
So here's the thing, and this is my personal opinion, bro.
yeah,
Call me an extreme theorist, conspiracy theorist or whatever. But this is my opinion. Okay, this is my thought, and I could be wrong. And I'm not saying that I'm for undoubtedly like for sure like you know right on this, but this is what I think, and just hear me out. Okay,
all right,
back when the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie came out, right? Um,
right.
Correct me if I'm wrong. It's somewhere around 2001, 2002, right? I'm gonna say yeah, 2001, probably
No,
2001,
2002, 2002.
2002. Okay, so back in 2002, right before the movie came out. Okay, mind you, we're talking about a 12, 13-year old, JDQ, right? Heavy
Right.
into the 90s Fox Kids Spider-Man cartoon, right?
Right.
I'm talking to my cousin, yo, this movie's gonna come out or whatever, and we were like excited for it, right? Man, I skipped school that day to go see the premiere of that movie. Okay, and a bunch of us went to the mall to go see that movie while there was class going on. Okay, when it first came out, and I seen the movie, and all that my cousin and me and other people would talk about is like, yo, could you imagine, if like they at some point they do the whole like clone saga or like that episode like Secret Wars where you have all these like different Spider-Man or whatever. I kid you not, bro. This is something that I was talking to some people back then about. Okay, the
Right.
possibilities and the the hope of like one day seeing that. Okay, this was about about 19, 18 years ago, right? And I was like, yeah, I could see it happening. Then what happens? Second movie, what we get Doc Ock,
2004.
right?
Yeah, considered the best. Like for a while, it was considered the best Spider-Man movie up until this one, the best
Exactly.
Spider-Man movie.
Exactly. That's where Alfred Molina comes in and right. And I'm like, okay, I started seeing a pattern, right? I started seeing a pattern of like them slowly wanting to build up into the Sinister Six, right? And because originally, I think they were gonna do more movies past number three with Tobey Maguire, right? They were supposed to be like,
So
some type of
number four was gonna be like with the fucking the Vulture,
okay,
and
exactly.
then I think like Anne Hathaway was gonna play like his daughter. I don't know about that. I mean, she did Catwoman in this in 2012. So I mean,
That was
I don't even know
yeah.
Vultress or whatever. I really don't know how that would have gone. Vulture's daughter, like, does he even have one? But yeah, that was the plan. Like Vulture, yeah, Vulture was gonna be like the villain, and then I could see what you're talking about. Sinister Six and stuff like that. Yeah,
Okay, so now hear me out on this. That was like the path that they were gonna take, right?
right,
But obviously things happen with Toby, right? Or the way I like to see it, things happened with Toby
right.
where there was no more continuation to that saga, right? Then, fast forward a few years later, right? Then you got the Andrew Garfield, what was supposed to be the trilogy, right? And then
Right.
at the end of the second one, they give us like a little hint of what they were going for with the
Yeah,
the
Sinister
suits,
Six.
exactly, right? And I'm like, hold up. That's when I paused. Like when they ended on that note, I paused and I'm like, hold up, man. They were gonna do Sinister Six eventually with the Tobey Maguire series, but
Right.
they got botched. And then they were
You're
gonna
gonna
do
do
Sinister
Sinister
Six
Six.
with Andrew Garfield, but that got
That
botched.
got botched.
And I
But then
started
they botched it here too, because it wasn't even Sinister Six. It was like Sinister Five.
right, right. If I
They,
mean, you can't really count Venom because he wasn't even part of the movie per se. He was just there like as a cameo at the
I
end.
think that Venom like was honestly literally, if I were to describe Venom's cameo, you know, Rami's life wasted.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. It's
It's
unnecessary.
wasted.
It,
It was like he just showed up to just go back to his own universe. Like what the
yep,
fuck?
yeah. I think it was
No,
completely useless.
but then the post credit scene we'll talk about it. But like he
Oh yeah,
left a
yeah, yeah.
part of him, so it
Okay,
maybe not. It maybe not. It maybe didn't go all to waste. But you know
we will talk about
we'll
that.
get to
Yeah.
that pretty soon.
So what I want to say is,
Yeah.
and once again, bear with me. I'm not saying I'm right on this. I'm not saying I'm 1,000% like correct on this. Okay, this is just my imagination,
Right.
just exploring possibilities here. But bro, I really, really think that from day one that they did the Tobey Maguire, like trilogy up
Right.
until now, all this that we're seeing now was already planned in advance. Like already from like I want to say maybe not the first movie, but from like the second movie forward, I for whatever reason, call me crazy, but I feel like like Marvel and Sony already like ahead of time said, hold up, what if we build up to this from this point forward? Like, what if we, you know, don't solidify this saga or this saga in order for us to make a bigger impact on this other saga more forward, like more into the future. Like, I really think that they did all this on purpose, bro. Like the fact that they didn't continue like Toby's movies or Andrew's movies, you know, and they allowed things to happen the way they did in order for it to build up to what we have today with Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I really, really do believe that.
Because what I that's I mean I don't know, man. I mean, because like how I don't because like literally how when was he let go? Like 2015, and then like a year later or like 2 years later, you have Civil War, and then Tom Holland shows up, and then like everyone was freaking out,
Exactly.
uh, and I mean you know with these there I mean with everything we talk about how the higher ups or people in government knowing like hell there could be aliens right now and people who are aware of it and no one else is, or
What up,
there's
Brian?
other levels of existence right now that some people are aware of that we the little people aren't. So it could be the exact same way with Sony and these big production and shit, but I highly doubt it, highly, even though there are some maybe, but in the end they didn't even do Sinister Six. They it was like Sinister Five. That was it, and it didn't even turn out sinister. Like it was like Doc Ock was fully on their side. Like once they got the inhibitor chip off him, Doc Ock was like fully like on their side. He wasn't like going insane and shit.
Yep.
But let's talk about now, to kind of wrap it up, the ending.
Oh man.
And this is what truly solidified this movie's legacy for me, because they brought it back to they went all out. They went the extra mile just to bring it back to basics, and it was perfect. Because what happens is, let's just like reiterate everything. What happens is he so every now the world and the universe is collapsing. Everyone who knows Peter Parker is Spider-Man is coming through. And tidbit, I saw Scorpion somewhere in the clouds.
Yeah. I saw that.
I saw fucking Rhino. I saw Rhino too. I saw some guy with a fucking big ass horn like Rhino. And then I think I saw Craven someone in there too. I think.
I have to go back and watch it, but
Yeah,
for sure, I saw Rhino and Scorpion for sure.
I saw Rhino. I saw Scorpion, and I might have seen Craven. But he's gonna show up in the video game, so I'm excited about that. I'm excited for Craven. But
at the very end of the movie,
right,
we get the Spider-Man that we know and love
the
and
Spider-Man.
deserve.
So
right?
he makes it. He tells Doctor Strange to, in order to stop people from coming through the barrier, he tells Doctor Strange to basically make this world and this universe forget who Peter Parker is, so that no one comes through anymore. Or like, I think that's how that works. Since no one knows who he is, no one comes through, and that includes his friends, his family, and it makes sense because next to Aunt May, who does he have really? That's part of his nuclear family that he would have really qualms or seriously consider letting them forget about him. No one. Aunt May's dead. His girlfriend and Ned, they're like, there. But, to save the world, honestly, he made the mature decision to, like, let them forget about him. Even Doctor Strange, everyone, the whole world. So, but people still know that there's a Spider-Man out there.
Right.
And so he forgets, and then he goes in, he to the coffee shop. He's maybe considering trying to convince them, and then she points out the bandage.
Mm-hmm.
The bandage.
Right.
Then in that moment, he's like, "Okay, you got hurt. You got hurt because you know who I was. You got hurt because I brought you into this world." And so he makes the decision again to kind of like, let me leave her out of it this time. Let me maybe get her to know Peter Parker and start things there, but never let her know. Never let her know that I'm Spider-Man again or something like that. He makes that decision in that moment. And now, what I mean by getting back to basics, now there's no more of this whole
Iron Spider Jr.
Iron Spider bullshit, fancy suit. There's none of that. He's just a guy with a cloth woven suit. Maybe he'll make some material on his own. On his own. Maybe he'll make some upgrades, some reinforcements on his own. Right. He has his own woven suit, cloth suit, or whatever material he made it out of. And now no one knows who he is. No one knows Peter Parker. People know there's a Spider-Man out there, but no one knows who Peter Parker is.
Exactly.
That's the fascinating thing. Like it would be one thing if everyone forgot that Peter Parker's Spider-Man, right? But now no one knows Peter Parker exists.
Yep.
So now he has to
This brings up a question or a few questions, and I don't mean to interrupt. Hold your thought real quick. So the question number one, what happens with all like the documents concerning Peter Parker, right? Like birth certificate, social security, all that stuff. And number two, could this possibly be an opening to either two things, Secret Wars or the Clone Saga? Because if no one knows who Peter Parker is anymore, that opens the route to Ben Reilly, right? The one that we know to be like the Scarlet Spider or whatever.
Right.
So because you know how like in the comics, it's a different storyline altogether. But basically, the real Peter Parker believes himself to be a clone, so then he changes his name, right? And lives like a separate life, and pretty much is similar to what we get here. A Peter Parker who's by himself completely. No one knows him. Everyone forgets who he is, right? And so I don't know. These are all questions that I need answered ASAP.
Now I'm not too familiar with like in terms of, because like I said, in terms of like what I'm following more and what I keep more up to date with, DC for sure. Because literally, I could name you Crisis on Infinite Earths, like big comic. Like I'm more familiar with like Flashpoint. I'm more familiar with like lore of DC than I am with Marvel.
Gotcha.
Because I don't know why, but especially now with the shit Marvel's doing, like, I cannot be bothered. I really can't. Honestly, like, I the shit that they're putting out. Honestly, I really can't get behind it. But if anything, I'm gonna stick around for Spider-Man, and yesterday I just like checked out an episode of What If.
Oh, nice, very nice. I haven't seen all of them, but I've seen like the first 2 or 3 episodes just for the heck of it, and they're really good.
Like, do you care for spoilers?
No, I don't mind them. Yeah.
No, so I checked out this one episode because like when Doctor Strange goes evil, he goes nuts, and then so his girlfriend dies, and then he goes on this like rampage to try and bring her back, turn back time, use like the eye of Jean Hua or whatever, Sakamoto or whatever.
Right.
Sakamoto, it's Wakamoto.
Isn't it Makamoto? It's something along those lines.
Agamotto, whatever the fuck. It's got some weird ass name. Like Oompa Loompa or whatever the hell. The Eye of Oompa Loompa. But anyway.
Oompa Loompa. Love it.
Oompa Loompa. But so he goes evil, he goes nuts, and then at the end, he saves his girlfriend, but then his entire universe gets destroyed, and then his girlfriend ends up dying anyway. And so he's just left alone in nothingness. Oh, and then at the very end, like the second post-credit scene for the trailer for Multiverse of Madness.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
No, that's what particularly like intrigued me, because like he did this whole shit with the universe, and now there's a movie about him saying, "Oh, you're gonna be punished for fucking up the universe or for opening like the portals and shit."
Mm-hmm.
So like it's because like knowing, like having seen what led up to that, now I'm interested to see what's in store for that character. That's what's attracting me to that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I didn't care for Black Widow. Eternals was shit, or I'm hearing that it's shit because I didn't see it.
I haven't seen it either, but I'll eventually look into it only because
that's the reason why I'm invested in like the next movie, or like Doctor Strange. That's why I'm invested, because I saw the lead up to why he's being punished. You fucked with the universe, you screwed with everything. And then at the end, he's talking to himself, right? He's like, he was Superior Strange or Supreme Strange, and then that's when I checked out that What If episode, and I'm like, yo, what if the guy at the end is Superior Strange? Or like, I got like really invested into that. It's so like, I'm not one of those that like, I have to watch every single Marvel thing that comes out. Like, if I get invested, it's gonna be one of those ways, by like either by association or by just sheer curiosity as to figure out like what happens. Like I can't be bothered to check out Falcon Winter Soldier. Here they are tokenizing, Sam Wilson and shit.
Right.
It's like this whole message is like, the black character's existence isn't validated until they step into the shoes of a white character. And that's what's wrong. You're saying. He isn't validated as a character until he becomes Captain America. And what's Captain America? He's white. So he's not validated. He doesn't matter as a character until he takes over the white mantle of a white man. And that's what I think is just completely wrong in their mentality. That's what I think it is.
Although technically, like it was meant to happen and going to happen anyways, only because whether what you're saying is right this time around or the former time around, and when I say former time, I mean like in the comics, that's what happens eventually.
No, but in the comics, like that comics was a fail. That storyline was a failed run. No one liked it.
Yep.
No one liked what they did, and what should have happened. You have a fucking super soldier right there.
Exactly.
Right, he's right there. Sebastian Stan, Bucky Barnes, he's right there. Yep. Captain America with a gun and a shield. Like you could have done that, but anyway, we're veering off topic. We're getting all too it's a criticism of political, but like it's important to call that shit out when it happens. When it's just not right what they're doing. Yeah. But anyway,
I mean,
okay, cool. Oh, speaking of cool, is he like supposed to go live soon?
Wait, who?
Cool. Is he like supposed to go like?
Oh, I don't know.
I heard from his girlfriend that he might go live like today or later. But anyway, so I kind of wrap this up. Let's kind of go back to that ending. So like that ending is what truly solidified the film for me, because it brought him back to basics.
I had mixed emotions, bro. Like I really had mixed emotions, but in a good way, because oh man, and I'm sorry if I get too emotional and I get goosebumps again when I'm thinking about it, but it's like it's both heartbreaking and heartwarming to see that ending, because it's like, no, bro, like this can't be. Like no one is going to remember him, bro. You know how depressing that is? You know how depressing and sad and lonely like he must feel? That's crazy, right?
I mean, like he's already at the end point of where Rami's going to. No one knowing him, into obscurity, being a nobody. Yeah. I just had to throw that in there. Yeah.
No, you good. you're good with throwing that in because we just saw a Peter Parker who was discovered, right? Everybody
Yeah.
knew, oh, he's Spider-Man. Then at the
Yeah.
school, like, oh, you could have, like whatever you want, basically.
Yeah.
Like, please, take our course or whatever,
Yeah.
right?
Take our course. Take my virginity. Take.
So
They
even though
have my spider baby. That guy in the crowd. He was like,
yeah,
"Hey, are you gonna have his spider baby?"
That guy killed me when I saw that. I was like, oh my god, like I can see him being a meme already.
Yeah, but yeah,
So
continue.
We got that even though he never asked for it, right? He never asked for that attention. If anything, he was trying to run away from that attention, right?
Yeah.
Yet he still got it, right? He still got that attention. So we have a Peter Parker where he went from being like looked up to now because everyone knew who he was and what he did, and so he's Spider-Man. So we have a Peter Parker who now had a little taste of like importance, even if it was like a double-faced importance or whatever you want to call it.
Double-edged sword, because like people know him, some people like him, but then at the same time, some people hate him because like it was getting all like fucking 1960s where like fucking people throwing shit at Martin Luther King, like fucking Mysterio forever, throwing bricks. Oh, I forgot. We didn't talk about throwing bricks. Fucking Charlie Cox.
Oh, you're right. Oh, it was such a small part though. That's probably why.
Yeah, that's what made me forget.
Oh,
that's what made me forget. But fucking Charlie. I mean, I'm kind of scared though, because have you seen Daredevil?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
All seasons.
I'm trying to remember where I left it off. Dear God, I think I left it off where he finally got his actual like the last upgrade to the suit that he had or whatever, and a few episodes after that. But that's around
so you're halfway season 2.
I'd have to go back and see, but possibly, yeah.
So Bullseye hasn't shown up for you yet?
No, not that I can remember. No.
Ben Poindexter.
Well, actually,
white guy.
No. Yeah. He does show up.
So you're in season 3.
Yeah. So, but I haven't seen the complete season 3 though. But I do remember seeing him for sure. Yeah. You're right.
But do you realize how brutal that show is?
Yeah, I love it.
Like, how the hell are you? No, like brutal in terms of violence and bro, fucking Kingpin smashes a guy with a fucking door, chops his head off with a fucking door. So that's what I'm worried. Like, they're not gonna be able to introduce that level of brutality.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Disney Plus, like, fucking fun, whiny Disney fucking Plus, fucking media conglomerate.
I mean, it's going to be tricky for sure. It's going to be tricky,
like how?
But I think they can pull it off.
How do you introduce that? Bro, people. How do you introduce Punisher? A character the Punisher.
I'll put it to you this way. Like you remember the final scenes where the Green Goblin freaking comes out of nowhere and like freaking pierces Tobey Maguire's back, from like, I mean, that wasn't gory or whatever, but it was everybody, even if you're a kid, you know what's going on. Like you can imagine and see like what the heck just happened. Like, oh crap, he got freaking like pierced through like the back with that spear or whatever, right? From the glider or whatever, like the gauntlet spear. It's like you don't have to show that much blood and that much, he didn't have to like get it, like make it messy for you to be like, whoa, that was intense, right? So I feel like it would be more tricky with characters like Kingpin and Punisher and all that.
Yeah, King, because that's what I'm saying. In the Hawkeye show, which I'm not watching.
I have not watched not one episode from Hawkeye yet.
They because like fucking bringing in, what the fuck is her name? Haley Steinfeld, but what the Kate Bishop.
bringing Kate Bishop and suddenly she's like the bestest ever, queen.
Right,
yes.
right.
Yes, queen. Like better than Hawkeye. So no, that I'm not. But
I'm not buying
they
it.
basically confirmed that Kingpin Vincent D'Onofrio exists. Like that show
In that universe.
in that universe. So like, that's what I'm asking. That's what I'm scared of. Like, you know, if they ever want to move forward with any Daredevil projects or whatever in the now MCU,
I think
how do they get away with doing their characters justice? Like, what the fuck? Like, are you gonna like bring Kingpin in like say maybe a Spider-Man movie and then like what have him get roasted like with like have Spider-Man like roast him with like fat jokes or something? I mean, although it would be interesting, like you see how much of a monster this Kingpin guy
Oh
is,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
and how much of a fucking monster and a tactician and literally a megalomaniac, how much of a smart guy he is. And then
right.
I really like part of me really wants to see like how that guy, the sophisticated guy, you know, manners, but he's still deadly. This really evil guy, this mafia guy, this smart guy, this tactician, get fucking clowned by like a teenager, like say, "Oh, you're fat," like, "Oh, you're fat." Like, part of me really wants to see that, but then part of me is worried that in classic MCU fashion, their whole jokes and like lighthearted tone of that they use for basically everything will ruin their whole mirage of certain characters. Because you know, for Kingpin, he doesn't show like for season 1 of Daredevil, he doesn't fucking show up for the first half of the season.
Right.
He's just name dropped. That tension is built up to that reveal.
True.
Of this guy pulling the strings. And part of me thinks that you're not going to get that with the MCU and like their whole thing of like, you know, this slapstick humor and shit.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see what they come up with to where they can reach like a solid, decent midpoint to where you get the character that you want to see, but at the same time making it, you know, like more appropriate for like a broader audience, you know, because you're gonna have kids watch the movie. So it's kind of like what I tell like some of the catchers, you know, like, yo, try not to like cuss so much or whatever, like in your streams or your catches. That way your stream or your catch, right, or your confrontation video,
like if kids are doing it, if like parents are like educating their kids, say like, hey, watch this video, see how this guy catches this guy.
Exactly.
It's like what's right and wrong and shit. Like you don't want to like, you know, overdo it because like it's already a sensitive topic as is.
Yep.
But then if you go ahead and like start like being like Eric from PCI, fucking blasting his mouth off, like
exactly.
Yeah, and yeah, it's not gonna work out well. But
you just gotta find that good balance. Is all you gotta do, you know. And if Disney is smart about it, they will find a way to.
Which they're not. They're not smart. They're morons.
I'm not a fan of Disney. I'll just say that. But
they want to shove. They're too busy. They're too worried about, you know, shoving politics and agendas down your throat, and then they wonder why people don't. So like when people don't show up to those films that they preach so much, Shang-Chi, they treated it as like this massive success and only made like a few $1 million. Same with Black Widow, no one watched it, you know. And
I watched some Black Widow out of no disrespect, but out of pity because I was like, you know, let me go support this MCU film.
Yeah,
but in reality, it was like
honestly, and literally, I can't. I'm not even like it's not even a Marvel problem. It's with DC too. Oh my God, it's with DC.
It's with everybody. It's with everyone.
Christ.
They're agenda pushing machines. Is all it is.
Yes. Now fucking I don't know. There's like a fucking non-binary Flash in a wheelchair.
Please tell me that you're joking, bro. Please.
What? No, there is a version of the Flash in the comics who is in a wheelchair. Not look, bro. I know certain disabled people that like comics too. I tell you, fucking, it's like
it's tokenization. Like they don't, it doesn't do anything for me. Like the
That's
people that I
crazy.
talk to, it doesn't
Yeah.
do anything for me. It really doesn't. Like, okay, so the Flash, he's black. That's one. That's one box tick. He's disabled. That's another box tick. He's non-binary. That's another box tick. It's like ticking boxes. You know?
It's like it doesn't end, bro. Like, and it's getting annoying. Like, and no disrespect, no offense to anyone from,
No, no, but you shouldn't even have to say that because people from those communities should know that's not how I want my character to be represented. You
exactly.
know? And bro, fucking even the actress from like Batwoman said that the producer or the people running the show ruined the character, and
Mm-hmm.
the only reason she was doing it is because it was a passion project. Like she knew that okay, this is a lesbian character that I can put on screen, and literally, this whole time, how men are the scum of the earth, da 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
It's all over the place, man. It's all over the place, and then they wonder why those those types of products they fail, and then they wonder why people show up to Spider-Man. You know,
Exactly. Exactly.
and then they can't use the pandemic excuse anymore because
right.
people showed up wearing masks in Spider-Man costumes everywhere.
Did you
Theaters
see the
all over
story
the
that I
world.
put up on my IG about all them people like dressed up fully like costumed like Spider
Yeah,
Man? Like
it's
it was
a
insane.
cultural movement. It's a cultural movement, and it's a
Can't stop.
movie.
Won't
You
stop.
can't, yeah, can't stop, won't stop. Tommy. Oh, yo, best wishes to him and his wife. She just safely made it from the Philippines to the USA.
Did she really?
Yeah,
Finally?
she did, for real.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, and like yeah, I was saying it previously in my stream. Hopefully, you know what I said was a good woman. A good woman will make a man want to change for the better.
Right. I agree with that 1,000%, man.
A good woman will want to make a man look at himself and change for the better.
Yep.
Like not become a simp, but realize where he is wrong
Right.
and work to just become a better person.
A better version of himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
No,
sure.
it was it's like that Jack Nicholson movie. I don't know, As Good as It Gets.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah, well,
that's really a throwback. Holy crap.
yeah, and like at the end, like one of the last lines is like where he's talking to this woman, and like the first genuine line that his character says, like the first time he's actually being genuine, he's like, "You make me want to become a better man," or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, hopefully with this person that Tommy has over, hopefully, the stars align and this person manages to give him a kick up the backside and
Hopefully.
make him a better person, you know? But yeah, um, what led to this conversation? What?
Listen, man. The Batwoman trials and tribulations, and then the non-binary Flash, and then
Right.
men being the scum of the earth, and then I guess we got here. So
I don't know how we got here, but anyway. Okay, to wrap this up, seriously wrap this up because it's been like 2 hours.
right.
What do you think is in store for the future of? Because now we have Peter Parker. No one knows who he is. We have classic Spider-Man on his own.
Right.
He has to rebuild his life, basically.
So
What
we
do you
have to
think
look
is in
at.
store?
We have a few things to look at. So already right off the bat, I saw and read that there is 3 more movies. And they're starting to work on the next movie already. The next like the follow up movie to this one. So that being the case, and also Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness
And
situation.
it's directed by Sam Raimi. Multiverse of Madness is directed by Sam Raimi.
You're right.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting. So a few things can happen, which is number one. I really hope it don't have to be in the follow up movie, but if there is 3 more movies to come that are connected to this one, I really hope that whether it be in the 5th movie or the 6th movie or whatever, I really really, really hope that at the very least, the memory, you know what I'm saying, of everyone who knew Peter Parker comes back. I don't care if you know what I'm saying, Peter Parker goes on without Stark technology. I could care less about that. But what I really hope for is that at some point, again, whether it be in the 5th or the 6th movie, you know, everybody's like memory of him come back. Because to have a Peter Parker that for the rest of his life, you know what I'm saying, has to live with that weight over his shoulders, that now people that who he loved and cared about don't know him, again, is extremely depressing and is very, very lonely. And a person could go only for so long until their mind and heart breaks. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like how some people, if something were to happen like that to somebody else, it might lead to suicide, because it's like,
I know if it happened to me, I'd start to question whether life is worth living anymore.
exactly.
Even though I know for 100% that I wouldn't carry the deed out. You know what I
Right,
mean?
me neither. But it would be a thought.
It'd be depressing. I'd be losing my shit.
So what I'm hoping for is that route, is that at either the 5th or 6th movie, everybody's like memory of him is like restored or whatever. And I really hope we get the whole like Spider-Man symbiote, you know, version of him at some point throughout. Just because of the whole Venom, you know, situation that we have now in our hands, right? So I'd like to see that at some point, even if it's for like a little bit or whatever. But they need to redo that storyline correctly. You know what I mean? They need to do it with Peter. Nice. Speak of the devil.
This is strange.
Oh my god.
Power. Oh my god.
This is great. This is good stuff.
Fucking Venom. Venom is here. But anyway, yeah.
I mean, that's what these are the things I'm hoping for. And just real quick, this is like a bullet point version of what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for, at some point, the 5th or 6th movie, memory restored to the people he loves and cares about. I want to see an actual, you know, Sinister Six like movie, like an actual legit Sinister Six movie. I would like to see the whole symbiote, you know, situation done correctly, and I want to see, oh my goodness, like like a fully like mature version of this Tom Holland's Spider-Man, if that makes any sense. Because right now he just stepped into what it means to be like, So
now
those are my bullet points.
exactly. And exactly. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I read the part where they're like, oh, it's already in pre-production.
Mm-hmm.
But then freaking Tom Holland, you know, gives an interview and saying, oh, I'm kind of stepping back from films. I want to start a family or whatever the fuck. And like,
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, exactly. And it's, you don't know, man. Yeah, you never know. I mean, at the end of the day, like, if it's the curse of the Spider-Man to not get a 4th film, then
it'd be weird, yo.
It'd be so weird. It'd be so weird. But,
oh, my bad.
Oh my god, bro.
One more thing.
Who the fuck does this shit, bro?
Someone's got a lot of time on their hands, but I love it.
Yeah, someone has a lot of time on their hands.
I want to see, and the phone call I was on earlier before I got on here is Sony was contacting me for the role of Miles Morales. And I was like, I'm not dark enough, baby. I need a tan first, but I'll consider it. You know what I'm saying? I want to see a live action Miles Morales, which is going to happen, because if Jamie Foxx already hinted at it, it's going to happen. It's already probably in the works, right?
Bro,
yeah.
So long as it's not fucking
Will Smith's son?
No.
Because they already brought that up.
I wouldn't mind. No, I was about to say, as so long as it's not fucking like Lil Nas X or some shit.
Oh God, listen, man, if they do that, bro, like, I'm sorry.
I'll jump off a bridge and like.
I'll have like a safety net at the bottom of it, but I'll definitely jump off a bridge.
I'll jump off a bridge. Honestly, I'll literally dive, and it'd be so cringe, man. Like honestly, like let me look up who voices Miles in the video games. Morales,
I'd have to look into it. Yeah,
actor, video game, and see what he looks like.
Yeah.
Cast. Who voices my? Oh, Najee. Oh wait, hold on. Najee Jeter. Holy fucking shit!
Hold on.
Look up this guy. Look up this guy. Najee Jeter.
Najee.
Holy fucking shit! Look at this guy.
Oh, I see him. Okay.
Holy fuckamole! Look at this guy.
Interesting.
And he voices him in the video games, and no, I think he started voicing him in the animated like Disney XD like Spider-Man or whatever. But he voices him in the video games in like the PS5. That's his voice. But look at the guy.
Yeah. I see him. Why not go with him?
Why not? I mean, why not go with? He's literally, how old is he? He's 25 years old. Holy
He's literally Miles Morales, and
he is literally Miles Morales in the flesh and blood. He is Miles Morales. But anyway,
interesting.
Him, I hope to see him. Or something, bro. And then Jamie Foxx was like, "Yo, I thought you were black or something."
Yeah.
You were black. I mean,
excuse my disappointment, but
I thought you were black. And then everyone was like, "Yo, Miles Morales." Everyone in that moment, everyone in my fucking
same here.
In my theater was Miles Morales, because there is one out there. There is one.
Yeah. For me though, like listen, if Sony calls again, I'll be like, look up Najee first and see what he thinks. If he don't want to do it, then I'll take the role. But just give me some time to tan.
I'll take the role to tan. Oh my god, bro, no, who the fuck? Oh my god,
this is awesome. I love it.
Who the fuck is doing this, bro? Who has so much time on their hands, bro? I feel like this is. You know what? Never mind. Never mind. Fucking. Who the fuck is doing this, bro? Bro, honestly, but okay. Anyway, I think we covered all the points that we needed to. I think this was so. Final grade. I mean. Final grade.
Oh, final grade. Again, I really hope I'm not over exaggerating or whatever, but it's definitely a 10 out of 10. And I'll tell you why. So, and this is the thing I'll always bring up to everybody who asks me for the same question, right? This is technically the movie that has been longest in production. Why do I say that? Well, I say that because from 2002 up until now, you have to include the other Spider-Man trilogies or sagas, right? So all in all, even though this movie is technically separate from the other two, but it's the completion of the other two as a whole. So 20 years in the making, technically, right? That's number one. Number two, the fact that the supporting cast and supporting actors gave it 110% and were like, all in for this movie, big factor. Even the villains were getting cheered on, bro. Like, what? Every villain being cheered on, by the audience? What?
Right.
So you have so many factors. People cheering for the hero, people cheering for the villains. You get in closure on all these different characters in a very well thought out, written way. Okay, may I not add? You have the build up of a Spider-Man that, you know, we didn't really come well acquainted with or really liked that much because he depended on technology. But by the end of the movie, we got the version of Spider-Man that we know and love and that we need, right? One that has everything stripped away from him and has to start from zero, right? In a very lonely, dark place, which opens up a new origin story. You know what I'm saying? There's so many factors that make this movie what the fans wanted, which is another factor. There's a lot of movies that are great movies, but it's not what the fans wanted, right? So in this movie, you wrote out a really well written storyline and connected two other universes within this universe. You gave people what they wanted and then some. You gave closure to characters that were left hanging in the past trilogies. You gave this character a huge character development boost, you know, from the midpoint to the end of this movie, right? And what more can you ask for, really? What more do you need, like, from this movie to say, okay, it's a 10? It gives you everything. It gives you everything you want and things you didn't know that you wanted, but they gave you that too. It was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that, and I didn't know I need that, but now that they gave it to me, thanks, I appreciate that. Like,
Right.
it's just the best movie of our time. Period.
And at the end of the day, it's just pure entertainment. Like no agenda being shoved in your face. No
Oh
nothing.
yeah.
No, it's just pure entertainment. Like you could have your gripes with it, but so long as it's entertainment and you could pick it, as long as we're picking it apart for like the right things and not like for like say having like a really stupid political message or whatever the hell Hollywood gets up to these days. As long as we're picking it apart like semi-constructively,
Right.
maybe in a sense, like in the way fans do, like not
Right.
picking it apart because of something else completely. But yeah, I hope I hope that I don't know he gets around to doing the fourth film.
Mm-hmm.
But if not, I mean,
I won't
I
be
have the
mad.
honestly, and I have the video game to look forward to.
True. True that.
Like that whole video game, it's just you can make a film from the video game. It's
Mm-hmm.
like just that good. So like, it's like I have free time, but yeah, yeah. What a time it is to be
A Spider-Man fan.
a fan, a Spider-Man fan. What a time it is to be. What a time it is to and like just like I'm at peace with the thought that now technically Spider-Man 2 is the first MCU movie.
Yeah.
I'm at peace with that, just knowing it. Like, yeah, yeah.
That's
What a
very
time it
true.
is to be alive, and fucking. Even though it may be getting shredded in the fucking on Rotten Tomatoes and by critics, The Matrix 4, The Matrix #4 is coming out either
Yeah.
tomorrow. It already has, I think, and
Really?
so
Already?
it's today. I think it's early previews, and then tomorrow it officially releases.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But
Gotcha.
that
That's
thing,
not
what a time it is to be invested in pop culture and to like a
true.
bunch of different things.
Mm-hmm. I
I
can't
don't
wait to see
know.
that movie too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
And there's a
know
theory
why.
behind
Yeah,
it that I'm gonna share with you on the DMs. Just
right.
remind me, because I found like a really interesting thread on Twitter that I think you would enjoy about the new Matrix movie. Yeah, it's
I
gonna be
mean,
dope.
it has things going against it. I mean, like uh, one of the I don't know. I want to be respectful here. One of the one of the sisters,
Hmm.
like the now sisters, is not. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Well,
How
going a little.
they're
It might be the same thing I might
they
be talking
were
about.
so it was so back when the original trilogy came out,
Hmm.
it was the Wachowski brothers,
Right?
and now it's the Wachowski sisters.
Oh, okay. No,
Right?
no.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd have to read into it, but
Because yeah,
yeah.
because they underwent sex change. But anyway, uh, one of them didn't come back for the project, and it was one of them that basically spearheaded the whole thing. And I don't know how well it's gonna work. and I don't know, but Lawrence Fishburne, he's not back as
Yeah, I saw that.
Morpheus.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's not back, and I'm pretty sure they recasted the unrecastable Smith. I'm pretty sure they recast him, but I'm gonna have to wait and see. I hear it's coming out on HBO Max. I don't have HBO Max, but hopefully whoever pirates it puts it on the pirate website that I use, and maybe I could just sit at home like
share that
with my
link with
head.
me when I get a chance.
But maybe I'm like literally pirate websites are low key kind of the way to go, honestly, because
Yeah,
if you don't wanna literally subscribe to literally have a subscription to a streaming platform that really doesn't give a fuck about what you want
right.
and actively goes against you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like, yeah, are you familiar with the whole Santa Inc. thing?
Santa Inc.
Well, like
Oh yeah, yeah,
this
yeah, 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 yeah. I saw that.
Seth Seth
I saw previews of it.
Rogen,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Seth Rogen. It's getting ratio to fucking high hell
Mm-hmm.
about because it's like this woke shit about
Mm-hmm.
this. It's this whole
Yeah.
mess, and then HBO Max deleting no removing the comments, and then now they're lucky because they don't have the dislike button anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so now people can't say, oh,
Yeah.
people can't point out shit,
Yep.
But anyway, that's like that's always the alternative to not having a subscription. Just waiting a few for someone to, I don't know, put it on like this alternative website that you could literally go on for free
Yep.
and just get it, you know. But anyway, uh, yeah, man, it's been almost 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Uh,
And
yeah,
we keep saying that we're gonna wrap it up.
yeah, it's like it's insane. But yeah, anyway, man, I want to thank you for coming on today and gracing this channel with your presence and just being a fellow fan, and being able to you know literally I was in here like what can I like how could I've been away for so long because of school and shit, like I haven't really
True.
been on here as much. uh I just saw the movie. What could be a
Nice.
better, like, hey, let me bring on a fellow fan who
Right.
just so happens to be uh Drake himself, so yo, who fucking who was it that confused you for Drake?
Well, like in real life or here on
No,
streams?
like that like in real life, like wasn't there like this couple or something?
Yeah. So the quick story on that, just to end on that high note. So when I went to go see the premiere to Spider-Man, I went with my parents and my sister, and I had just gotten my hair cut that day, right, looking crisp and clean, and like we went to Golden Corral, and
Right.
I go there, and on my way to the bathroom, there's this couple that's like sitting like almost like right next to our booth, and they stopped me and they're like, "Oh my god, has anyone told you you look just like Drake? Oh my god!" And I'm like, "Yeah, I've been hearing that since 2006, but I appreciate it, thank you." So I keep going to the bathroom, right? I come back, and then the lady stops me again. She's like, "Oh my god, can my husband?" Because he asked me to ask you if it's okay for him to take a picture of you.
You were probably like, you need to get the fuck away from me.
I was in my mind. I said that in my mind. I was like, "What the heck is going on?" But
You
then
need to get the fuck away from me.
I told him, sure, yeah, we could do that. And then here's the funny part. So she says that she wanted to take a picture of him with me because she wanted to brag to her children, right?
Right.
That apparently are Drake fans, that they spotted Drake at a restaurant, right? Mind you, this is all happening, and the guy knows I'm not him, right? The guy knows I'm not Drake, but for whatever reason, he's still like extremely nervous around me, and he's like, are you sure it's okay, man? Like, I don't want to like bother you. I don't want, like, and you know how like when you get starstruck that you act funny and you act like nervous or whatever, right? That's the same way the dude was acting with me. Like, he was nervous to be around me or like close to me or whatever. I'm like, bro, it's not me. Like, what the hell?
Okay,
like,
we get it, Rami. Okay, you're famous. Fuck it. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, you have women in your DMs sending you money. We fucking get it, bro. You know what? Enough of that guy, man. Get him out of here, bro. Get him out of here. Yeah, fucking this guy is such a selfish man.
I think
we get it. We
anybody in my shoes would have probably like charged the couple. I was like, nah, man. I'm always in for a good prank, a good joke. So we took the pictures or whatever. But
you know that when people stop you and take pictures, that's when you know you made it, my guy.
Oh, so apparently I've made it, I guess. According to Rami's,
his intellectual logic, his outlook on how to live a more positive and productive life. Yeah.
Oh my God. And then.
But anyway, oh yeah, what's up? Go ahead.
Oh, last thing. This is the funny part. Yeah. Later on that same night in Disney Springs, right? I was minding my business, right? And bro, like, I'm not exaggerating. Like, there was like a crowd of people around me just gossiping and pointing and being like, go ask. I could hear them. Bro. They were like, especially females. Oh my God, go check if it's him. Go ask him. And I was like, it's not him. It's not me. It's just me. It's not who you think it is. I had to scream out and say that. So they would like leave me alone. And then I had to make a phone call because it felt so uncomfortable, bro. Like having a bunch of people around you just pointing and gossiping.
Right.
And it just felt weird. But yeah, that's it.
Right. Okay, so it's been almost 2 hours and 30 minutes. I'm going to get out of here. Everyone who stuck around, thank you all for being here. The semester is done, so, I might be in here every now and again more often.
Nice. Very nice.
There's a particular video in production now, officially in pre-production. So be on the lookout for that. And again, JDQ, thanks for being on here.
Thanks for having me on here, bro. I appreciate it.
It's always a pleasure. It's always a nice mix-up of me going on your channel and then, come on my channel for a change. It was a good mix-up.
I had to, bro. Especially with the topic at hand.
Right, and I totally didn't invite you on here because, you've seen a massive increase in followers, and I totally didn't invite you on here to capitalize on your success and be like a leech. But I totally wouldn't do that to you. Totally. Just like I totally wouldn't exploit you for views and totally would.
You're good, bro. It's always a good time to be on here with you, bro.
On a real note, it's always a nice time, and I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna go because it's been fucking 2 hours that I've been holed up in my room.
Same.
Yeah, man. So everyone that's here, thank you all for whoever the hell is here. I don't fucking know. Thanks for stopping in. And I will catch you guys next time. JDQ, peace out, my man.
Peace out, bro.
All right.